Good morning, guys. Welcome to math class. We're on math lesson 87. Now this is a review lesson. Your pages are 173 to 174. So they look like that. All right. I want you guys to go ahead and tune in, look at the screen, be ready to answer. We're going to practice with some of our measures. Not all of them, just some of them. 1 kilogram equals how many grams? 1,000, very good. 1 year equals how many days? 366, very nice. Oh, I'm sorry, 366. 365, pardon, my mind was somewhere else. Let's try that again. 1 year equals how many days? 365, whew, there we go. 1 bushel equals how many pecks? Look, I found a card for it. 1 bushel equals how many pecks? 4, very good. 1 week equals how many days? 7. 1 meter equals how many centimeters? 100. 1 mile equals how many yards? 1,760 yards. 1 year equals how many months? 12. 1 peck equals how many quarts? 8. 1 gallon equals how many quarts? 4. 1 pound equals how many ounces? 16. And 1 yard equals how many feet? 3. Very good. Okay, let's look at our story problems, which is what section number 1 is. Number 1, Aubrey and her sisters have saved $16.45. So they've been ahorrando and now they have $16.45 centavos. However you say that. They need twice as much money to buy a book for Dad's birthday. How much money do they need? So what does our story problem tell us? It tells us they have $16.45, but they need twice as much as they have. So when you see that word twice, remember that means times 2. So you'll write that much, in your workspace, and that's how much money they need. Don't forget to include your dollar sign and decimal point in your answer. Let's look at letter B. The bakery has made 375 sugar cookies and 7 times as many chocolate chip cookies as sugar cookies. How many chocolate chip cookies have been made? So we see what from our story problem? That there are 375 sugar cookies. But there are 7 times as many chocolate chip cookies. So I want to know how many chocolate chip cookies have been made. So that means I need to multiply by 7. And that will tell me how many chocolate chip cookies the bakery made. Okay? So put that in your workspace B next to those yummy looking cookies in that bag. Number 7, you need to follow the signs, add, subtract, and multiply. Make sure that you're careful to borrow when you subtract. Number 3, you need to divide and check. Don't forget to put your remainder up at the top, and when you check, multiply your answer times your divisor, add in your remainder. Number 4 says write the missing term. So whatever is missing to make the answer complete. For example, letter A, 7 times blank equals 63. Well, what times 7 is 63? 9, very good. 7 times 9 is 63. So you'll put 9 in the blank. Okay, flip your page over. Number 5 says convert the measures. Let's go ahead and convert those together. We're going to do A and B. I'm not going to give you the final answer, but I am going to set up the work with you. Remember where you have those numbers there? You can just scribble them out or something like that, ignore them. Just put your trabajo en mi espacio. 27 feet equals how many yards? Well, we set it up by writing what we start with, which is 27 feet. And then what we're going to, which would be yards. We're going from feet, so we put that abajo. Now, what's our conversion factor for yards and feet? There are 3 feet in a yard, so we put our 3 next to the feet, wherever feet happens to be, and 1 next to the yard. Well, this time 3 is on the bottom, so do I multiply or divide? I divide, very good. Okay, our next one. 8 pounds equals how many ounces? Oh, so just you have to do the final step of dividing 27 by 3 to put the answer in the blank. Okay, letter B of number 5 says 8 pounds equals how many ounces? Okay, so I start by writing my 8 pounds. Oops, let me fix that so it's a little neater. This is not 81, it's 8 lb, 8 pounds. Then I draw my linea. I'm going to ounces, so I'm changing to ounces from pounds. What's my conversion factor for ounces and pounds? Well, there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So I put my 16 by my ounces, my 1 by my pound. Since my number that's bigger than 1 is on the top, what do I do? Multiply, very good. So I multiply 8 times 16 and put the answer in the blank. Now I'm not going to continue with these because these are part of your homework, so we'll get to those in just a minute. Number 6 says, write the fraction for the shaded parts of each figure. So look at letter A. You have a pentagon. How many overall pieces are in that pentagon? Well, let's count them. Start with that first green piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 total pieces. How many pieces are green? 2. So your fraction is 2/5. All right, let's look at the next one. You have a circle. How many total pieces are in the circle? 3, so 3 goes on the bottom. By the way, that line there is not your fraction bar. That line is where you put your answer, okay? You don't write your answer like this. Oh, I already have a line 3. No. You put your answer on top of the line that they've given you, and you draw your own fraction bar. So we have 3 on the bottom. How many pieces are colored? Just 1. So you'll do the same with letter C and letter D. Number 7 says complete the chart. So on one side you have the word name for the fraction, and on the other side you have the number. So let's look at those together. The first word that you have says 1/2. What's the number for 1/2? Well, remember that's the special name. Here we go. That's the special name for when you have 1/2. That is 1/2. Now the next one, you have the number, but you're missing the word. The number is 1/4. So what's the name of this one? This one is 1-4. 1/4. Okay, now let's look at the next one. It says 1/3. What does that third sound like? What number? Sounds like 3, doesn't it? So it would be 1/3 is 1/3. Okay, next we have a 2/5. Well, that means the first word in our fraction is 2. And the second word is fifths. When your denominator is 5, we use the word fifths. Okay, then the next one says 2/3. 2/3. Well, we already know that thirds is talking about 3. And it says 2/3, so we have 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. And the last one in our chart says 2/7. So that means you have 2 on the top. Sevenths sounds like what number? 7, very good. So 7 is on the bottom. Okay, number 8 says write the Arabic value for each Roman numeral. So that means write the number for each Roman numeral. So V, you need to put it there in that mod. Then you have B is X, C is III, D is VIII, E is IV, F is VII, G is IX, and H is VI. Number 9, you need to write the answers for the measures. We actually went over all of those in our review at the beginning of our lesson. Homework says write the 7 times table on a separate piece of paper. Then it says convert the measures. So once again, I'm going to set up the work for you, but you have to finish it. Let's start with 5 gallons equals how many quarts? This is the very first one, letter A. So we know that we're starting with 5 gallons, and we draw our linea. We're changing to quarts from gallons. What's the conversion factor for quarts and gallons? There are 4 quarts in a gallon. Since my number greater than 1 is on the top, I multiply. So you multiply and find your answer. 36 feet is how many yards? Well, we know we're starting with 36 feet. We draw our line. Yards goes on top because that's what we're changing to. Feet goes on the bottom because that's what we're changing from. What's the conversion factor for feet and yards? There are 3 feet in a yard. Very good. Since our number that's greater than 1 is on the bottom, we divide. 36 divided by 3 is how many yards? Okay, our last one is 84 days equals how many weeks? So we set it up. 84 days, draw our linea. Weeks goes on top, days goes on the bottom. Now write your conversion factor for weeks and days. Decide if you need to multiply or divide, and do that to find your answer. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave you for today. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.